Hey everyone, it's just an impromptu live. I was just talking to one of my friends who's going to come on in a second, and we just wanted to share some empowering messages. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing okay. I hope your family is happy, healthy, and safe. And if they're not, putting in a prayer, putting in a meditation for all of them. Just going to find, where is he? Wait, maybe he's somewhere. There we go. Perfect. Let's get you in. Why is it not working? Here we go. Waiting for it to connect. Connecting.
Hey,
There
buddy.
we go. Hey, man, how's it going?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm missing our walks.
I agree. I've been going on them. Maybe we can do one from like 12 feet apart.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I saw. How was that? You been going out with the kids?
Yeah, it's funny. I've been looking at everything like all of us, trying to navigate what this means, and I've been thinking about how. Can you see me?
Yeah, your connection's back. It went out for a bit, but it's back.
Okay. What do you think? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So what I was saying is, I've been thinking about how scary this is on so many fronts, and I was thinking to myself that if this is scary for me and my wife, how scary this really is for others. And I think this is really a time where we have to come together and encourage each other and be there for each other and do what we can. Our office has been, arranging for trucks to go into inner city areas and make sure these kids have meals. Been encouraging, the artists we work with to see, if they can just encourage people to stay in. Um, but I think it's not only a scary time health wise, it's a scary time financially, it's a scary time mentally. And I think what you've been doing with your meditations is so incredibly important. Um, and I want to encourage people that the worst tragedy that can come from this is if we come out the other side and we haven't changed for the better. This is really a time to look at your own life and your priorities and try to make a difference. I've sent messages to the very few people that I have, had issues with over the years that, I don't really have issues with anybody, but if someone has an issue to me, and I said, look, for whatever role I've played in this, I apologize, happy to talk anytime. And I think that's a really good thing to do in these moments. And also just spend time with your loved ones, remind them that you love them, remind them that you want to be with them. My kids and I were earlier, they're riding bikes around, we were running around, and been going on hikes and walks and whatever we can. And it was raining really bad here. We did a whole like Frozen 2's out on Disney Plus, so my kids were bugging. So we did that. But listen, man, I look forward to our next walk, and I just love what you're doing to encourage people to look within. And you and I have talked about cultures and religions before, and in the ancient Hebrew word baruch, to pray, the actual root of the word means to look within. And I think that it's really an amazing time for people to look within ourselves and how do we make ourselves better for everyone around us.
Yeah, for sure. I'm interested, Scooter, as a parent, you've got young children, and maybe they're not, and you can tell me better than I can because I don't have kids, but if they're
But
old
when you
enough to
guys, oh no,
process
but
what's going on and how you.
I was just saying, whenever you guys do have kids, they're going to have the most amazing eyes between the two of you. It's going to be frustrating for me.
Oh, all right, stop it. You've got adorable kids, Scooter. So
And that's because of
you and
Yale,
Yale
not
have
me.
like
Yeah,
three of the
because of
most
Yale, not me.
adorable.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But no, this is a serious question. And by the way, Hart, I miss her. I haven't seen her for so long. But a really important question, like how are you? And maybe your kids aren't old enough. Maybe they are. Maybe they're asking questions like, how are you seeing from a parent perspective, regardless of your situation? But as a parent, how are you helping them understand this? How can parents kind of connect with their kids at this time to help them process what's going on if they're feeling like stuck at home or whatever it may be?
Well, first and foremost, I think as parents, all of us should have a deeper appreciation as a society for what teachers do every single day. Um, it is not, my kids aren't really old enough to be going through what some of my friends are going through with older kids of like trying to figure out these math issues and these English issues and science issues. But I do believe that now more than ever, when we get to the other side of this, we have to really take a hard look at our society and how can we make our society a better place for heroes who are teachers. And we should have a deep appreciation for those teachers in times like these. The second thing I'll say is don't hide it from your kids. Educate them. You know, like there's great things out there to help you explain to children what coronavirus is and about how to wash your hands and how to distance yourself and how to not be afraid of it because it doesn't affect kids, but to actually appreciate others who are older than you and what you can do for them. When we went through it with my two boys, my daughter's only one, so she doesn't truly understand any of it, but my two boys who were 3 and 5 actually got a pretty good understanding. We went through it. And then they FaceTimed their grandparents and told them to make sure you're washing your hands, staying at home, and please do not pick your nose. That's what they told their grandparents. So my grandma and grandpa are not picking their nose right now, thanks to my children. But I really think that now is a time to, yes, we're going to drive each other crazy a little bit, but now's the time to be with family. You know, now's the time, like I'm doing these check-ins on live and, you know, little things here and there because I want to use whatever platform I might have to encourage people. But I'm really enjoying, you know, the time with my wife and my kids, and I'm enjoying the FaceTime Zoom dinners that we've done with friends a couple times. You know, connectivity is so important. And I think the other thing you can do for your friends and family is just because they're healthy, don't assume they're okay. You know, 2.5 million people are going to be filing for unemployment this week, possibly. And knowing that a lot of people are going to, you know, the ripple effect of this, just check on people, ask them how they're doing, let them know you care, and do what you can. Even if it's just checking on someone, that's enough. If you can give $5 to a food bank, that's enough. You know, if you can order an Uber Eats and send it to the police department and, you know, the fire department, or, you know, or your anyone who needs it, just that's enough, and try and do what you can. I see my buddy Mikey Hessen here. He and I have been talking a lot about this, but I just want people to understand that the virus, everything in life is perspective. And you can look at this virus as a horrible thing that could hurt our economy and put people, you know, into very dangerous positions, especially immunocompromised or older. But we can also look at this as an opportunity to look within ourselves and say, how have we been treating this planet? How have we been treating each other? How much have I been thinking of just myself? You know, and I understand, like, I work with such big public figures and I put myself a little bit out there. There's just so much of our time is spent looking for the hate coming our way. Ignore the hate. Ignore the hate. Understand you know your truth. You understand the facts of your situation. Know your heart. And just pour love in everything. Even pour love into the hate right now. And I think that we'll come out better for it. But right now is a time for us to really seek humanity and seek each other and try and be better to each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in some of the places across the world, we're really seeing the best of humanity. Like I don't know if you've seen those videos. I've been trying to share some of them as well, but it's like, you know, a personal trainer teaching like a workout on the top of a roof.
I saw that.
Or like, you know, and it's amazing to see that. And then you've got like all the singing people in Spain and in Italy, like singing off their balconies. And you've got, there was this couple, this elderly couple. I don't know if you saw this one, but you'll like it. Their vacation cruise got cancelled. So they put on their robes. They pushed their couch towards the TV. They put this beautiful scene.
I saw that, and they put their feet up like they're looking out the window.
Yeah. And I was just like, you know, you see the creativity and the best of humanity at these times as well. And I think we have to celebrate and not stop ourselves. What you were saying, like having virtual dinners, like you don't have to stop a celebration. If you're missing graduation, if you're missing an anniversary, if you're missing a birthday, you know, we just threw a virtual birthday for my brother-in-law yesterday morning. And it was just, you know, it was great to have the whole family across the world on Zoom, like everyone celebrating my brother-in-law's birthday. And, you know, it's one of these things where you don't have to lose the moment just because you can't be together. And it makes you value the moment more.
I think it's also like, take the narrative back. You know, don't, you know, and take the narrative back. Like I saw, you know, I've been a part of some really horrific things in my career, and we've always tried to take the narrative back. And I think that's so incredibly important. The other thing is, do not belittle anyone's struggle. You know, like if a kid is saying they're upset because they've lost their prom because schools might be closed the rest of the year, or a kid is upset because they're missing out on their school play. Don't belittle that because someone else is going through something worse. Encourage them. Stay out of the hatred. Stay out of the frustration. Right now is an opportunity for us to show the best of ourselves, and the best of ourselves is that great line by Plato: "Be kind, for everyone fights a hard battle." You do not know what people are going through, and now is an opportunity for us to, you know, so many great friends of mine have reached out and they're like, "Hey, man, I hope you're okay. You know, I'm hearing that your business could be going through it because tours could be canceled and things are moving." Listen, I'm in such a blessed position. You know, the people I work with are in such blessed positions. Right now, I'm worried about everyone who isn't. You know, and if there's an exercise that I can encourage everyone, that you and I talked really from this chat, if I can encourage everyone to do an exercise, remove the fear from what is going on in your life and try to pour that moment into other people. You know, try to say, okay, I know I'm going through it. I know I'm scared, but the best way to distract yourself is to care for someone else.
Totally. Yeah. I love that, man. I love what you're saying about the judgment piece, because what we do in fear is we judge ourselves and we judge other people. So we judge ourselves for how we're not the perfect parent right now, or the perfect partner, or the perfect person. And the truth is, we're in transition and it takes time to adapt and adjust. Like this only happened, this only got serious in terms of, it was serious, but we only started really getting hit by it a week ago. And so it takes time to adjust. And we also need to stop, what you said beautifully, like just reflecting that judgment onto other people and how they're dealing with it. And you're so right that if you need to mourn a loss of not just a person, but if you need to mourn the fact that you missed graduation, or you're missing this, or I love what you just said. We don't need to belittle anyone else's pain, because for them, it's the biggest thing in the world right now. And for what's biggest for us would be small to someone else. And I love that, man. That's a really powerful point.
Just do what you can for people. Like, do what you can. You know, we're all in it together, you know, and the worst thing you can do is take your fear and turn it into anger and hatred into someone else. The best thing you can do is take your fear and turn it into love for somebody else. That is the greatest distraction, you know, and, you know, I just really, I'm not interested in feuds. I'm not interested in fights. I'm not interested in judgment. I'm interested in the cliche love, you know. I'm interested in what we can do to help another and encourage them and bring them up in a moment that is scary, that is not going away, that even when we get back to our normal lives, this ripple will already have taken effect in a certain way. But what better way to come out of it than better than we were before, you know? And, you know, and you and I have talked about this in my career. Maybe people watching have no idea what I do, but my career has given me a bunch of really amazing things, you know, in the material world, like, you know, and I will tell you, at the top of every one of those mountains, I realized the happiest moments in my life were things that I never needed any financial things for. Money is an avenue to freedom to just implement more of that into my life, you know? And I think that right now we need to realize that we all need that comfort with what is here and what is coming, and pour as much of that into people as you can. Be there for one another, encourage each other, reach out to people, hug your kids, hug your loved ones, you know, and the best possible thing, I just want to reiterate this, think of someone else other than yourself. It is the greatest distraction.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. And that service mindset of thinking about how we can serve, extend ourselves, just extend that compassion a little bit beyond, because this is that chance, that opportunity that everyone has to live with that compassion. There's that famous quote that says, I was sad because I didn't have any shoes, and then I saw someone with no feet. And it's like you just recognize that there's someone out there who has a little less opportunity, a little less facility, and realizing that you can help with a little too. I think we think of help today as like, because we see numbers, we think of help as $1 million, and it's like, oh well, if I can't raise $1 million, then I better not do anything. And it's almost like, well, no, like $10, like, you know, $50, $5, like all of that matters, like money, time, resources, energy. It's all energy. So if you're serving with whatever,
I love what you just said, because it is energy. Because I promise you, there are times when money can help, but there's a time when you call someone and say, I can't offer you anything, but I want you to know I love you and I care about you and I'm here to talk to you. That is one of the greatest ways you can help someone. You know, like giving someone community in dark times makes them feel empowered. It makes them feel safe. Give each other community, give each other love, give each other, you know, and if you can give beyond that, great, wonderful. But if that's all you can give, I promise you that is more than enough. You know, like, yeah, you are doing a great service by giving your attention and care to people that need it.
Yeah, and that's something all of us have. It doesn't cost us anything to do that, and that's the beauty of it. That all of us have time, attention, presence to just share with people. I love that, man. I love that.
Well, look, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing for people's mental.
Ooh.
You guys see me? So people
keep calling me and
it like stops it for a second.
Oh, that's what it is.
No, I people and my friend. So no, I think what you're doing by doing daily meditations is beautiful. You're helping people get grounded. Like I said, look within. And I encourage people to join Jay when he's doing this. I think he's doing an amazing job. And I just want to repeat for those who missed it, for all you parents who are struggling with our kids being home 24/7 on the school stuff, when we come out of this, let's really as a society finally try to do something for our teachers. You know, this is a moment where we need to realize how amazing these teachers are and try and be there for them, and appreciate your doctors and your nurses and all the people who are risking their health so that we can all be healthier. I just think it's time we start putting the real heroes on pedestals.
100%, 100%. And I wanted to say, you know, I actually just before this happened, and this was totally spontaneous for everyone, you know, I was messaging Scooter because I was just listening to his podcast between him and Ashley Graham. Both of them are very dear friends, and he was inspiring me through what he was saying. And actually a lot of what he was saying was, you know, what's important in this conversation now. And I think that podcast was recorded like a while back, like way before all of this.
Yeah, about 6 months ago.
And it's just
not even, probably like 4 months ago.
It's so interesting to hear what you're saying is so applicable now. And so if any of you follow Ashley Graham, or if you don't, please go and check out her new podcast on Pretty Big Deal, because that's kind of what sparked this whole conversation right now. I literally just texted Scooter saying, hey man, I love what you were sharing on this podcast. So many powerful messages for how to live, how to change. When you're talking about like how you made your new resolutions about being around people and FaceTiming people and calling more people. And I remember when I first met, that was what expedited this relationship too. You've always been so personal, and you know, I'd sometimes get shocked when you just call me up and be like, all right, we're talking now. And so I feel like you really live all of that, man. And I just want to say I'm really grateful to have you as a friend in my life, and I'm really grateful that everything you've shared today is really powerful, and I can't wait to record it properly on a podcast when we finally get to be together again.
Well, we'll share it for the next 24 hours. We'll save this one for 24 hours so people can check it out. But I just want to say, I love you, buddy. I care about you. Call me to vent anytime, and I appreciate you. And everybody else out there, let's be strong for each other. And when you finish this live, pick up the phone and call somebody you love and let them know you care. I think that's the best way you can help people right now. Guys, I appreciate you. I'm going to jump and go be a dad real quick. And I love you, buddy. Be good.
Thanks, good. Love you, man. Take care. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching. I hope that helped.